Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall see how to represent mixed numbers. So, in here, I want to be able to explain the mixed numbers concept with an example of this kind. I'm going to draw a figure here. I have a square here, and I have another square here, and I'm going to divide this into 4 parts like that. Part 1, 2, 3, and 4. Part 1, 2, 3, and 4 like that. And then I'm going to shade the first portion completely, first block completely. And in the second block, I'm going to shade just the first part of it. As step number one, in the first figure, in the first block, there are 4 parts which are shaded out of the 4 parts which are available to us, out of the total of 4 parts. In the second figure, 1 part is shaded out of the total of 4 parts. So, as step number 2, we can say the common denominator for these two fractions is 4, and we're going to combine the numerator parts. The numerator for the first fraction is 4. The numerator for the second fraction is 1, therefore 4 plus 1 is 5 over 4. There are, between these two squares, 5 parts are shaded. 5 parts are shaded. So 5 over 4 is what is called as a improper fraction. Improper fraction. We have seen that in our improper fraction presentation. Now we can represent an improper fraction as a mixed number. How do we do that? Step number 3. Whenever the numerator is greater than the denominator, we call it as an improper fraction. In here, if we want to, we can come back and then say the numerator value nr is greater than the denominator value, therefore it is an improper fraction. In step number 3, we're going to represent this improper fraction as a mixed number. So how do we do that? We take the value, we take the numerator, and then which is 5, and then divide it by the denominator, which is 4. 4 times what number is equal to or less than 5? 4 times 1 is 4. We subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. There is nothing else we can do here. Therefore, 5 divided by 4, we can write that as 1 over 4. The 1 here is what is called as the whole number part of it. This is the whole number. This is the whole number part of that mixed number. And this 1/4 is called the fraction part. Is called the fraction part of the whole of the mixed number. So therefore, a mixed number is always going to have a whole number part to it and a fraction part to it. And when we combine the whole number part and the fraction part, we call it as a mixed fraction or a mixed number. Okay. Let us take another example to illustrate this point. In this example, I'm going to take 3 blocks like this. There are 3 blocks, 3 rectangles like this. One rectangle. This is the second rectangle. And this is the third rectangle. And I'm going to divide these rectangles into 4 parts like that. This is part 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the first rectangle. Part 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the second rectangle. Part 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the third rectangle. In here again, I'm going to shade the first rectangle completely, shade the second rectangle completely, and the third rectangle I'm going to shade 3 parts of it, not the 4th part. I'm just going to leave the 4th part alone. And now I want to illustrate our example in here. So step number one, in here I want to say in the first rectangle there are 4 parts which are shaded. Out of the total parts which are available to us is 4. There are 4 parts shaded out of the total of 4 parts. In the second rectangle, there are 4 parts which are shaded out of the total of 4 parts which are available to us. In the third rectangle, there are 3 parts which are shaded out of the total of 4 parts which are available to us. Now, we're going to put them together. Between these 3 fractions, the common denominator is 4. Once we have a common denominator, we can between the fractions we can add the numerator parts. The numerator for the first fraction is 4. The numerator for the second fraction is 4. The numerator for the third fraction is 3. Therefore, we write the common denominator once and we add the numerator parts. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 over 4 is a improper fraction. Improper fraction, because the numerator value is larger than the denominator value, and that is the reason why we classify it as a improper fraction. As step number 3, we can now say we can always represent an improper fraction as a mixed number. So what do? We take 11 and then divide it by 4. So 4 times, we know our 4 times table. 4 times what number is equal to or less than 11? 4, let's do this. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. We cannot use 12 because 12 is greater than 11. So we need to go with 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. So we subtract. 11 minus 8 is equal to 3. Therefore, 11 divided by 4 is going to be equal to 2, 3 over 4. 2, 3 over 4. As you can see, 2 is the whole number part. This is the whole number part of the mixed number, and then 3/4 is the fraction part. This is the fraction part of the mixed number. So therefore we have, whenever we have a whole number part and a fraction part in the answer, we're going to call those types of fractions as mixed numbers. So 2, 3 over 4 is a mixed number. This is how we're going to understand mixed numbers. In my next presentation, we shall see how to represent some more mixed number problems.